On today's Live Daily News, 19 dogs are still set to be killed in just a few hours in San Angelo without your help. The clock is ticking. A local coffee shop will stay open after all, and a major intersection that's been closed for months for construction is now open to traffic. All that and more. I'm Yantis Green, and this is Live. We'll get to the news in just a minute, but first, business in 2024 requires reliable, fast internet connections. And let me let you in on a little secret. When San Angelo Live launched the exclusive live stream video content initiative, we shopped around for the fastest, most reliable fiber network in San Angelo and found Contrera Networks. We are connected to the internet via Contrera's 1 gig up and 1 gig down fiber optic internet. Contrera Networks provides access to a business-oriented network. That means to bring you this live stream. We aren't competing with your kids' downloads on those 3 gig large game downloads for a Nintendo Switch. We require serious internet to broadcast live to 5 major platforms like YouTube and Facebook. If you're in business, you're serious like us, and that means you need a serious internet connection. Call Todd Smith at Contrera Networks to get serious about your internet at 325-716-8340. That's ContreraNetworks.com, where you can call the Contrera guy on his cell for a no-obligation quote. Todd Smith, 325-716-8340. Topping news again today, the city animal shelter is on the verge of euthanizing 19 dogs now in just a few hours because of irresponsible pet owners in San Angelo. 6 dogs have been placed since the Facebook post Monday night. 19 dogs will be killed by 6 p.m. unless they are adopted, fostered, or transferred to another shelter. This shelter crisis is caused completely by irresponsible pet owners. Nothing we've tried seems to work. Again, as I reported yesterday, it is time for an all-out ban on dog breeding of any kind in San Angelo. This remains a developing story. And Buttercup Cafe will remain open after all. Owners of the popular coffee shop and cafe on Sherwood Way at Beauregard announced earlier this month on social media that they would be closing permanently after a failed attempt to find new ownership. Thursday morning, though, they said they had reached a deal and would remain open. Read more at sanangelolive.com. And the intersection of College Hills Boulevard and Sunset Drive has been closed for several months for reconstruction as part of the rebuilding project for all of College Hills from Avenue N all the way to Loop 306. That intersection reopened to traffic Thursday morning. For months now, drivers had to detour through the Market Street parking lot and through the surrounding neighborhoods to get around the intersection. Earlier this week, paving of the section of College Hills north of that from Avenue N to Millbrook was completed, and that section of the project opened to through traffic as well. Crews continue to work on the section of the busy street between across the Red Arroyo between Millbrook all the way down to Sunset. And Tom Green County Sheriff Nick Hanna swore in his newest deputy yesterday, according to the Sheriff's Office. Talon Adcox was sworn in and can now begin training as a patrol deputy for the Sheriff's Office. Read more about that story as well on sanangelolive.com. Turning to weather, rain chances increase overnight tonight with a 40% chance before dark and then decreased 30%. Low temperatures tonight will be around 53 degrees. The rain will subside tomorrow. And then by Saturday afternoon, look for another round of showers and thunderstorms. The chance of rain Saturday is 40% beginning around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It'll be cloudy and breezy with a high of 69 degrees Saturday. And then for Saturday night, the rain chances increase to 70% with a thunderstorm possible between 7 p.m. and 4 a.m. On Christmas Eve, Sunday, there is a chance for storms before 7 a.m. Then heavy rain is possible with up to an inch accumulation. The high temperature Christmas Eve is forecast at about 67 degrees. Rain chances into Sunday night. On Monday, Christmas Day, look for sunny and breezy with highs in the mid-50s. And stay with us. We have an interview followed by sports. We'll be right back after this word from the Bass Bunch.
You're in the 23 Ford F-150 XLT. This truck offers so much, like blind spot sensors, accent step bars, and the XLT Appearance Package wheels give it a polished look. And the price is hard to beat at $12,000 in total savings.
Only at Jim Bass Ford.
If you have been injured, call J. Chandler Law. You want an honest partner who will tell it to you straight. A proven advocate right here in town. Together, let's hold them accountable.
Some congratulations are in order for two athletes in the Central Bobcats football district. Midland Legacy's Marcus Davia and Odessa High's Ivan Carrion signed to play football with D1 schools next season. Davia, Midland Legacy's quarterback and three-year starter, was originally committed to play for TCU before an offensive coordinator change caused him to switch schools. Now, he will be playing for the Purdue Boilermakers next season under offensive coordinator and ex-Texas Tech quarterback Graham Harrell. Another big announcement came from Odessa High as the Broncos' top receiver, Ivan Carrion, signed to play football for the Oklahoma Sooners. Carrion was instrumental in the Broncos' high-octane offense last season and should be a welcome addition to the Sooners' wide receiver core. The Bobcats have some talented underclassmen coming up through the ranks, and hopefully some of these young men will have the opportunity to play at an elite level in college football in the future. But for now, congratulations to both Davia and Carrion. And of course, for more sports around the Concho Valley and beyond, be sure to check in every day at sanangelolive.com/news/sports.
So we were on vacation, family vacation, having a good time, and we get the call.
I mean, it was a river. It was a river in our house. That's the big thing, is we kept wondering, how bad is it?
It was devastating. I was like numb. It's like, how are we gonna handle all this? What are we gonna do? And they called Carpet Tech and they were here within 20 minutes. One of my questions was, yes, it needs to happen, but how does it need to happen for the insurance? That was all handled. And so that was another load off of my shoulders and made me feel like we were in good hands.
Hey guys, it's Matt Cotrier here with you at San Angelo Live, and today we have a very special guest, very special to me actually, because I helped her kind of come along and find her passion, which she might have found anyway, but I think it's pretty cool. So I'm with a really good friend of mine and old client of mine. This is Jalen De Hoyos, and she is a power lifter at Central High School, and yeah, we're going to talk about that today. So let's talk a little bit about first. So when you started powerlifting, or let's say when you started lifting, like it was kind of an introduction to weightlifting whenever you came to the gym, you know, you kind of didn't know a whole lot about anything. And what kind of made you really interested in it? Like what part of it did you like the most and all that?
Just really seeing how like some people were dedicated to just one sport or multiple sports. Seeing you when you first started helping me in the gym, learning how to do weights and the bench and all that, it kind of just made me more motivated to do and try different things with sports.
Nice.
And powerlifting was not an option. It was just never in my mind. But I've always done volleyball and basketball.
Yeah.
And freshman year is when we kind of introduced powerlifting is when it started.
Nice. Yeah, that's really cool. You know, it's weird. Powerlifting is one of those sports that unfortunately doesn't get as much credit or is not shown as much as other sports. And that is unfortunate because it is absolutely a sport. And one of the things we're going to discuss here in a minute is how a lot of colleges aren't offering scholarships, full scholarships or even partial scholarships for powerlifting, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, so you kind of fell in love with the whole process. You really enjoyed. I know that when I trained you, we had a blast. Like you really loved weightlifting. You always had a good time. It was always fun. And I knew you had a natural ability towards it. You kind of you showed that pretty early on. You had really good neuromuscular control. Like you could, in coordination, you could pick up things fast. Your muscles kind of fired synergistically already, like in the beginning, but then it just got better, like exponentially. And that was cool to see. And so really from that point, when someone's gifted like that, it's really just comes down to if you're passionate about it.
Yes.
And it turns out you were, and I know you started to work out with Tommy here in town, who owns the bar, and he instructed you a little bit, and he specializes in powerlifting. And do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes, so I work out at the Bar Athletic Club, which we have personal trainers there. And I started off with Bailey, but right now I'm with Michael. They both helped me to develop in the powerlifting sport, which made me stronger each year.
Cool. Yeah. So, man, big shout out to Bailey and Michael. You guys, seriously, absolutely incredible. I mean, I'm still a strength coach. I still train clients. Huge place in my heart for that, and what you've done with Jalen. I mean, it really means a lot to me, and I think it's cool that you helped her to pursue her passion and get even better at it, and to help her come to the point where she is now, because we're going to talk about powerlifting at Central High School. So let's talk real quick about your first year, and then we'll talk about your second year, and then we'll talk about what's upcoming this year. So describe kind of your first year.
So my first year in powerlifting, which was freshman year, I did not know anything. Matt right here helped me to do weights. I was nervous my first meet, and we thought we can do like a max, which was maybe like 215.
Yeah.
And then I went to the meet and I did like maybe
Blew it out of
30.
the water,
Yeah,
right?
I did
Yeah.
like 30 more pounds more.
Yep.
Which I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go tell Matt.
Yeah.
So I was just so excited. And then just like learning from my like freshman year, which I had good teammates at Central that would help me do more weight in that. And then going into my sophomore year is when I got a personal trainer to help me in powerlifting, which that's when I started to get more weight and get more stronger. And now my senior year this year is coming up. Just hoping that this year I bring home and win state and do good.
Yes, awesome. That's going to be really cool. So like she said, that first year, she didn't know a whole lot about it, and went in there and just blew it out of the water, did more weight than you thought you could ever do, and even exceeded what I thought she was going to do. And then to go year before last to get 10th, and then last year got 3rd place at state as a junior. So this year, like she said, we're looking to take home that. She's going to take home that 1st place at state. And what's cool is, what I want to touch on here a little bit is sometimes with female athletes, they're kind of hesitant or resistant to getting into weight training or powerlifting in particular. And one of the most common misconceptions is some women feel like if they do that they're going to bulk up, that their muscles are going to become too bulky, that they're not going to look feminine. And you obviously show the opposite of that. Very beautiful, very feminine, lots of great muscle structure, but not like bulky. I mean, what do you have to say about that? Like, what kind of advice or encouragement can you give to other women your age?
I would just say, just do what you love. Each sport is very different. You build different muscles, strengths, but I say if you like a sport or like what you're doing, I say just go after it. It doesn't matter other people's opinion as long as you think that you can be good in it. But being strong, being big is totally okay as long as you like it.
That's really good. That's what matters, is if you like it, right? Man, that's cool. Yeah, and so one of the other things we wanted to talk about is, so Jalen is looking into going to the next level, taking her sport to the next level and playing at the collegiate level, doing powerlifting at the collegiate level. And she's looking into a few different colleges. She's got a couple on her list. Do you want to talk about any of those? Maybe mention them?
So Midland University in Nebraska, and then UTSA in San Antonio, and then UT in Austin.
Yeah. We'll be pushing her to go to UT, obviously. But what's interesting, like I was talking about, is, finding out that most colleges don't offer powerlifting scholarships. And we'd love to hear from you guys on that, especially guys that are in this area, coaches, strength coaches, personal trainers, team coaches. That's interesting. And why? What's the reason? Because the thing is, a lot of people don't know that powerlifting is a team sport. It's very individual, but it's also a team sport. So it'd be cool to get more schools to offer that. One of the ones we know that does is Houston, which is on her list. I mean, excuse me, Midland. It's on her list.
Yes.
That's one of the only ones that offers a full ride scholarship. But so that's cool. So when does the season actually start for you for your
It
senior
starts next month. Our
Oh,
first
nice.
meet is the 20th, I believe.
year? Okay,
Yes.
nice. The 20, and where is that meet going to be at?
It will be in Abilene Cooper.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Abilene Cooper. All right, wonderful. All right. So anything else you want to talk about today? Anything you want to tell the audience or anything?
I think if you like a sport or have a passion in something that maybe family or other people don't believe you in, I say just go after it. There will always be people that will support you and won't support you, but like Matt here, I didn't have no faith in me in powerlifting, but if you have other people supporting you along the way, it'll help a lot. In which I'm glad that I met Matt at a point where I did not know what I wanted to do in sports. And I'm glad I started off in powerlifting, and he helped me along the way.
Thank you so much for
Yes.
saying that. That's really cool. It was you know, a really cool time for me as well. And what's been great is to see Jalen progress you know, throughout the last 3 or 4 years, and still, you know, her mother Yvonne, big shout out to you for always, you know, reaching out to me and telling me how Jalen's doing, you know, how she competed, how she plays, when she got third at state, you know, about this new opportunity to sign with college. So that's really cool. It's something I really love and will always love to do. So, man, this was really great. Thank you for coming in today, and we'll take it back to you guys from here.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Kano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Kano's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
Thanks for watching the only locally owned news show in the Concho Valley. We really appreciate letters to the editor, story ideas, and news tips anytime. Thanks again for making San Angelo Live the #1 news source in the Concho Valley. We'll see you next time, and Merry Christmas.